In theory, Africa's fishing waters should be protected under international law. In 1982, the International Law of the Sea set a 200-mile zone off the shores of coastal states within which fishing and other natural resource exploitation cannot take place without a license.
Most of these treaties, like the FAO Agreement Treaty, and the EU, all of this is to ensure sustainability in our resources, in our waters, to ensure that our vessels that are flagged, that is, vessels that are registered to fish in our waters, we ensure that we monitor them to ensure compliance, so that they are at sea, they have the correct mesh size to fish with, they are within the right place to do their fishing, and they do legal fishing activities. So all of these treaties are to ensure sustainability of our resources, so we don't have anything putting pressure in our waters. Rather, we have some of our vessels having bilateral agreements with other countries to take our vessels that are rented here to fish in other waters, like in Cameroon, in Gabon, or in Iberian waters. But we don't have, except the few foreign boats that come into our waters to do fishing illegally. But the Navy is supposed to look out for such vessels and arrest them, because normally we give them the list of licensed vessels by Nigerian government to fish in our waters. So when they see vessels that do not produce that license or do not have their names on that list, they are bound to arrest them.
But African countries' efforts to stop illegal fishing within those limits are hampered by a lack of both expertise and of the vast resources needed for policing such wide maritime areas.
Looking at the environmental milieu in which we find ourselves, the appropriate enabling environment has not been created for research. So, a hungry man is an angry man. And take, for instance, key things that are taken for granted in some other climes, like power. When you don't have that, how do you now carry out cutting-edge research in those areas? Even if you're doing culture and arts, you still have to have a conducive environment to dance and bring out appropriate dance steps or appropriate musical tones or notes, you know. So I would rather say that there is need for a lot of encouragement in the area of research, and that we should have more of research and development units in most of the organizations and institutions.
Licensed vessels are required by a variety of national and international agreements to adhere to certain fishing quotas and keep away from protected areas. Fleets are also prohibited from using long trawling fishing nets. Such nets catch everything within their reach, and the excess or unwanted types of fish are simply discarded, a process that contributes to depleting natural fish stocks. Nets with small meshes are also a problem since they catch very young fish.
With the Mensa, the project is supposed to provide us some services and products. One of them is providing the potential fishing zone. This is the likely area that you are likely to have abundance of pelagic fish. With this information now, we can release this information to Nigerian Navy to ensure that they have their patrol vessel at sea within these zones, to ensure that the vessels that will be operating in these zones are licensed to be there, and they also fish within the regulation. So if the Navy is able to sight a foreign boat that is not licensed in our waters, they have the mandate to arrest the boats. And when they arrest the boats, they inform the Department of Fisheries, and they hand over the boat to the Department of Fisheries for prosecution.
Considerable damage has already been done. Africa's fish stocks have been declining rapidly, both because of trawling and because of unregulated and excessive fishing by local fisherfolk and legal commercial fleets. Experts warn that many stocks have already collapsed and others will gradually follow. International agreements require governments to work together to protect highly migratory fish such as tuna, but implementation has proved challenging and such species are being depleted by excessive deep-sea fishing. In addition, coastal areas, including mangrove forests, where non-migratory fishes spawn, are being lost to farming and pollution. Well, that's our program for today. Thank you for being a part of it. Should you have any comment, question, or story idea you'd like us to pursue, our inbox @channelstv.com is always available. From all of us here in Lagos, it's bye for now.